It's your boy Nangunu in the house, back with another Arsenal news episode. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we've got some more news for you guys. The first thing that we have on the agenda is I will be sharing with you the training images, which shows very big update about David Luiz's injury protocols, how he's actually recuperating with the whole problems, and that he was seen in the training. Of course, Tierney is back with his trademark T-shirt and shorts. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about the training. We're going to talk about what Ian Wright wants from Mikel Arteta, what everyone else is wanting from Mikel Arteta, what Thierry Henry thinks who was the best Manchester United player, and of course, something else. So stay tuned for that, and let's just jump into it. The first news that we have here for you guys is David Luiz was seen in full training at London Colney with his left leg looking heavily strapped after coming off injured against Newcastle. So you can see, yes, they've taped it beautifully. Moving on, also Kieran Tierney was of course seen in his trademark T-shirt and shorts at London Colney. So they're ready, ladies and gentlemen. It looks like they are strongly ready. Also, the Independent have claimed that some Arsenal players are unconvinced by Arteta's in-game management, while others appreciate how assertive he is. There has been some grumbles about an occasionally unhelpful arrogance. Let's see how that goes on about. But moving on, so Arsene Wenger is backing Arsenal to reach the Europa League final. Now he says his former club Arsenal have the offensive potential to overturn their deficit against Villarreal. He says, I want them to do well. It's an opportunity to get into a final and come back to the Champions League. I believe there is no chance of that in the Premier League, but it's still possible through the Europa League. It will be a success if Arsenal win a trophy. That is always a success, but your real qualities are decided by where you stand in the Championship. This is the route left for them, and they have to completely go for it. It's very strange to face Emery. It looks like an indoor Arsenal game, especially with no fans. But overall, you still have an advantage playing at home. You feel more comfortable at home, I would say. Arsenal have enough offensive potential to win the game. You have so many strikers and people who can score goals and be creative. 2-1 is the result at the moment, but you should be quite confident to change and reverse it. Papa Wenger wants Arsenal to get it done, man. That's crazy, and that I believe that we might do it for Papa Wenger. Moving on, talking about the final, Arteta says it's a big moment, not for me but the club, and everything that's happened in the last 2 years and the last months, all the instability we've been living with for many different reasons. I think it will be a really important and big step forward if we are able to be in that final. It's a massive game for everybody, but in particular for the club, because we are here representing a football club and our fans. What we want to do is to do it in the best way by winning trophies. If we win tomorrow, we will be much closer to getting another trophy. Crazy stuff. But here's what Ian Wright has named the two changes that Mikel Arteta must make to his Arsenal lineup versus Villarreal tonight. Well, here's what Ian Wright had to say. He says, ideally for me, you play Cedric Soares at the left back and put Xhaka back in the midfield, because he can keep the ball safe and give that pass that we need. It does not make me comfortable seeing Xhaka at left back. It's not his thing. That's not where he should be. Cedric was bought and signed for 4 years to play at either right or left. Play him, play Xhaka where he should play, and then it's out of Saka or Pepe to be on that side. And talking about Dani Ceballos, he says, go with the strongest team. Dani Ceballos doesn't make my team. I would rather have Mohamed Elneny in there. I know he scored the other day, but he's got a drive and a determination about him. You cannot dislike his output. So it's pretty much clear Ian Wright wants the best of the best team to be named tonight. Moving on, so Thierry Henry names the Manchester United player Arsenal feared the most. He says, I'm also a Steven Gerrard lover, as you know, and he knows that too. But Paul Scholes, listen, when we used to play Man United, and you guys know the team they had, how great they were. Every player we played them, we wanted to stop him. He was making the team tick in that team. That first pass to the striker, coming and joining and then smashing the ball in from 25 yards off Dwight York or Andy Cole. We were scared of him. I'm not saying that we weren't scared of others, but him first and foremost. Let's stop him. If you stop him, you stop a lot of Man United, and that speaks volumes about that, because they had a great team. Makes a lot of sense. But moving on, so Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang has actually shared this image with the caption, waiting for tomorrow's game, hashtag Coyg. So, ladies and gentlemen, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang is ready and about to kick for it. So here we go. Matt Ryan on his time at Arsenal says, it's nice to slowly but surely be ticking some boxes and creating some memories along the way that I'll definitely remember for the rest of my life. Some of the individual qualities that are out there are like nothing I've ever seen before. I think I've improved in that aspect, being today, day in, day out with these players, witnessing what they're doing, the speed at which they're doing things, the demands of one another. Obviously, I knew coming here that Arsenal had a great goalkeeper in Bernd. You know what he's done in his career is a testament to the world-class goalkeeper that he is. At the same time, I also have the belief that I am also a world-class goalkeeper. Love it from my man here. Perfectly put. So moving on, so sharing with you some Aubameyang thoughts about how scary was his battle with malaria. He said Aubameyang had a lot to say. He says, I would say 90% when asked about how he physically felt at the moment. To tell the truth, I was feeling just normal, a bit down. I thought it was a travel because going to Gabon, it's not so close to here. Yeah, but I felt just a bit tired, especially against Liverpool, but I thought that it was just because of the travel. I don't know what was the percentage of my form at the moment because I didn't know that I had malaria, but definitely I felt a bit tired and that's it. I was feeling very, very bad. I think this was the worst moment of being sick in my life because it was really hard. I had 3 days in a row of fever all day and night non-stop. Even the paracetamol and stuff had no effect on this. After that, I spoke to the doctor and I said I needed to go to the hospital because definitely I was traveling to Africa, so maybe it was something like malaria. I stayed in hospital for 3 days and I was really, really down. I think I lost 4 kilos. It was a really bad moment and I think it was scary for my family to see me like this. But after that, I had some good treatments. I have to tell the truth that the staff, they did really well, and the doctors in the hospital. I'm lucky that we took it in the right moments because sometimes with malaria, if you don't treat it quickly, you can have some big, big problems. Also, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang would want to thank Arsenal also for allowing him to leave to visit his sick mother. He said, it was really nice thing from the club to let me go and see my mom when I had this issue with her, and she's so much better now. I'm used to seeing my family quite often and they regularly come to the stadium when we are playing at home. So this year has been very difficult for me. I want to see people back at the games because I'm a player that likes these kind of emotions and I wish for every player to be close to their family again. Well, lovely, lovely response from Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. So, moving on to speaking about the other things, look at the training images. You can see Thomas Partey, Reece Nelson and Martinelli, Odegaard, Murray, Xhaka and Balogun, Saka and Xhaka, Bellerin, Tierney, Murray and Balogun, Pepe, Partey and of course Gabriel Martinelli. Pepe alongside Willian, Martinelli being advised for the shoots, Rob Holding, Callum Chambers, David Luiz, Nicola Pepe and Kieran Tierney. And that's that. So Emery was asked about on returning to the Emirates. He says feelings are always inside your heart. There are good moments, bad moments, and from there's a lot of affection I received from everybody externally and internally. I'm going back with a lot of excitement about Villarreal going to a magnificent stadium. It would be much better to see the fans there, what Arsenal is. Completely and rightfully so. So talking about the Champions League, Europe's leading clubs have lost 50 million in Champions League prize money as a result of this whole crisis going on in the world, where 9.74 million pounds was stripped from the 4 English clubs in the Champions League. Despite handing back 2.85 million pounds, Man City still made 81.73 million pounds from their run to the last 8, a sum only exceeded by PSG, winners Bayern and Barcelona. Liverpool grossed 73.33 million, including their Super Cup victory bonus. By contrast, Manchester United earned just 26.36 million pounds from the Europa League run, with Wolves taking 19.62 million and Arsenal eliminated, earning 16.08 million from the Europa League. Talking about different transfer rumours, well, it looks like Tottenham could trigger Peter Gulacsi's release clause. Tottenham have started to think about life after Hugo Lloris, and it looks like 30-year-old Peter Gulacsi is seen as an affordable and experienced replacement for him. 13 million euros is the release clause in his contract. a relative bargain if he's proved as a big Premier League quality. Would you want Peter Gulacsi at Arsenal? If Gulacsi is available for 13 million euros, would you consider Peter Gulacsi to Arsenal? Let me know in the comments what you guys think about it. I will see you in the next one. Until then, cheers, and don't forget to subscribe.